Hi Capricorn, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This is our general reading, Capricorn, between the dates of now to the 5th of October, okay? I'm going to draw 6 cards initially. The first 3 are between now and the end of September, and the second 3 are going to be for the first week up until the 5th, Friday the 5th of October. If you haven't already, Capricorn, please view your September love readings, which are on my channel, as well as the September astrology video, which I must say, darlings, is fabulous. And because I'm going to try to concentrate on other energies in this reading, i.e., work, etc., family, etc. So just whatever comes up. It is a general reading, obviously. How has everything been, my darlings? September has been an interesting one so far. We're only halfway through it, but it's been a very... Having Saturn back in our home has been a bit of a... Saturn turned direct on the 6th of September, didn't it? So I know it's been hard. I've spoken to many Capricorns actually have commented this on the September love readings. It's been a bit of a challenge, but it's been a good one. You should be feeling good. Okay, so... we're on the bottom there, look. Okay, I've already shuffled, but I'll do that again. Just while we're on here. And when the cards are ready, we shall start. They are ready. If you haven't already, please subscribe, guys, okay? Because I am going to be putting up some extra content in September, so subscribe and bell for notifications. Okay, first card, which relates to the universal energy, or what the universe is trying to teach us between now and the end of September, and that card is the King of Swords. Okay, so it's about speaking our truth. Wow. Okay, the next card is what is coming towards you, or a potential challenge at this time. And interesting. Yeah. I've got to listen, haven't I? These cards are for outcome or experience, okay? Then we've got, again, universal energy. This is October, okay? There we go. And if there's any more cards that want to come out, I will just draw them as I go. This one wants to come out. Is there another? It's a very straight message this time, which is good. It's nice when that happens. Okay. There might be another one at the bottom. I don't know if that is. Oh, it's for a second. Anyway, okay, so right, I keep them face down like this just so that I don't get distracted by the energy. The first card then, so this is between now, this is what the universe is trying to teach us between now and the end of September, and it's the King of Swords, my darlings. Okay, King of Swords. So the King of Swords is a king, so it's masculine energy related to action, taking action, movement, okay? Actually taking action, doing something. And not just thinking about doing something. And the sword energy is about our thoughts, our minds, our consciousness, our communications. This could be communicating with somebody, okay? Going towards somebody, having a conversation with somebody. It could represent a boss as well. It could represent an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It could represent a boss. It could represent having that type of conversation, a very clear conversation, and you being in control really of what it is you need to say, what it is you want to say. So whether that's a situation that arises at work or in a love situation, a love relationship, this is you actually being clear about what you think. You've spent time thinking about it, you've spent time reflecting on it, generally with this energy, because it's a king, the master of the air energy, and in control of that energy. And you've spent time thinking, you've spent time reflecting, and you are well able to communicate clearly your thoughts of how you were treated, or whatever it is, okay? Whatever the situation is for you, okay? So this is the energy that we need to embody. This is the energy that's trying to teach us something at this time. Teach us to be clear, teach us to be mindful, teach us to be aware, and teach us to speak our truths. Okay, and I like that. I mean, it's already working for me, babes, isn't it? Okay, next energy is what is coming towards you, or a potential challenge between now and September. Wow, okay, so I've just done Taurus's reading actually, literally just immediately before this reading, and I said to the Taurus at the start, I said, this is going to be a love reading, and it did turn out to be, and I try not to be, but this is your challenge. So if it's, if it's a work situation for some of you, okay, so you need to speak to a boss about something, or your boss wants to pull you up about something, reprimand you, or speak to you about your job, your position, how you work, etc. The challenge might be this: emotions. Again, masculine energy, action, and cups. However, cups is about our emotions, our internal, what we're feeling internally. So look at these two energies next to each other. It's interesting, isn't it? This is like the sun and the moon in a way. It's like, this is on the outside. This is what I'm saying. Is that connected to your emotions? I feel like there's got to be a connection between these two, because everything we do, every single thing that we do, we should take into account our feelings about it. Does it make us feel happy or sad or guilty or vivacious, passionate, whatever? We should be taking into account our feelings. And I always say about this dude, the river runs deep, which means that this is stuff that you might be keeping under the surface and that it comes out. So for example, if you have a discussion with your boss at work and, maybe your emotions might get the better of you. It doesn't seem to, because it's the master of this. So maybe this is about speaking passionately. If this for some of you is a love relationship, which it definitely could be, because having a conversation with somebody, this is saying, listen, you might have a lot of feelings for this person, and you definitely have to sort of be true to them, but you have to be honest also with yourself about how they've made you feel or how you've been feeling or whatever, okay? So there's a balance between our thoughts, our minds, our clarity, our logic, our reasoning, and also our internal processes and our emotions. There's got to be balance between those two things in any conversation that we will be having conversations, because these are both masculine. So we're going to be talking about them. We're going to be dealing with them out in the world, This could be thinking, but it's action orientated. Okay, this is the outcome then. Outcome or experience between the time now and the end of September. And let's have a look. We've got the Emperor. So we've got this, I love the Emperor actually. I did a post on my Instagram. You've probably seen it actually by now. It was a couple of weeks back. And it was about the true meaning, really. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit excited, aren't I? The true meaning, really, of the Emperor. And the Emperor is so well respected and is wise, and people listen to you as the Emperor and respect the Emperor. And that's because the Emperor has already spent that time looking within at their own foundations, at their own emotional stability, at their own beliefs and attitudes, the things that make up their identity, really, make up their external identity, what people see. They've spent time thinking about that and reflecting on their past and their issues and blah, blah, blah as the Emperor. And so that's why they are so balanced. That's why they're outward looking also. Okay. So the Emperor is inward and outward looking, kind of similar in that respect. Again, masculine energy. So it could be, this is about you embodying that confidence, recognizing that ability to be, it's not about controlling your emotions, i.e., oh God, I'm not going to say what I think. It's about communicating it in a clear way, having the authority. Communication with authority. That's what this is. Okay? And that could be, wow. So it could be in love. I was going to say that could be in work. It could be in work for some of you, because obviously you've got boss, King of Swords, or Emperor. It could be bosses, could be boss cards. And it seems there's a card that wants to come out. I don't know which one it is yet. It's one of these two. It seems that if we're talking about bosses, it seems that this in September, this between now and the end of September, you might be having a conversation with boss or work colleagues, that type of thing. And this is about saying you need to have authority when you speak about what you've been feeling, about when you talk about how you've been treated. And to be fair, that goes the same for a romantic situation. If there has been a separation, if you are, you know, in a difficult situation with your partner or with family members, etc. With children, you know, Page of Cups could be related to a child. All the pages obviously can relate to children. People younger than us relates to the water signs, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So if this is a situation with your children, for example, this is about, you know, listen, you can't just give them everything that they want all the time because it makes them happy. They can't just eat ice cream every day. Even if, you know, you and your partner are separated, or you and your husband or you and your wife are separated, and you're co-parenting, you know, you've got to have authority. You know, your children look up to you. And I always think that, you know, I mean, I'm a teacher for 10 years, 11 years, so I know that kids need stability, kids need structure, kids need routine. That's what they need. That's it. They need that, because they've got to learn to, the kids feel safe when they have structure and security. They feel safe. And security doesn't necessarily mean mum and dad being together even though they're miserable. Security can be mum living in one house, dad living in another house, but I know that this is a standard of behaviour. So I know that, you know, I've got to listen to what my parents say. I've got to do as I'm asked. I've got to be honest as a child, etc., etc. I've got to tell the truth. I've got to work hard at school, whatever it is. So this could be for some people, they could be dealing with that type of situation, you know, custody and co-parenting issues, and, you know, how do we sort of manage that? And I think that when it comes to it's hard. And, you know, I worked a lot with children. Especially in my later career, I worked, but all the way through. Anyway, I worked a lot with children who SEN, special educational needs. You know, kids who struggle with their behaviour or who are unwell. You know, and invariably that meant working with families that were maybe going through challenging situations, shall we say? You know, maybe divorce. You know, all that type of stuff. And it's hard for them. It's hard for the mum being single, looking after the child. It's hard for the dad being single, looking after the child, even if they're in a relationship, whatever. The actual specifics of your situation, it's difficult. For every single person involved, it's difficult. Every single one of you. For you, it's hard. For them, it's hard. For their partner, it's hard. For the kids, it's hard. It's hard for you all. And you have to have boundaries. You have to have an understanding of, this is what I expect. This is what I expect. And then that other person will say, this is what I expect. And you meet somewhere in the middle. But you have to hear each other out. Even if it's hard to hear each other out. Even if he's an absolute waste of space. Even if she's an absolute, I don't know, siren. I don't know. She cheated. She lied. She's no good, he's no good, whatever. When the kids are involved, and I've seen the effects of, we see it, teachers, they see it, because we go to school, we spend more time with your kids than you do, teachers do. I mean, just you know, hours in the day. We see the effects of it. And it's not about blame. It's not like, oh my God, you're no good or whatever, or these parents. It's not about that. It's about understanding that it's hard. It's hard for you all. And everyone's going to make mistakes and do things differently and whatever. So this is about, as I said, there's going to be conversations happening. There's going to be conversations happening in September. And it could be around children. And you've got to speak with authority. Yes, you're emotional and passionate, and there's a lot of maybe potentially anger or whatever else underneath the surface, but there still has to be logic applied here. Kids feel safe growing within a structure. Whatever that structure is, they feel safe growing within that. And you guys need to, you know, if you're in that co-parenting situation, you guys need to be the ones that establish what that structure is. No matter how difficult those conversations are, because I tell you what, after you've had those conversations, it's easier. This is what this is for some people. For others of you, it is a love. It's potentially someone, you know, coming with an offer, because again, the movement toward you offering a love to somebody, or someone offering love to you, and the conversation that will come along with that. So again, have that authority when you speak. There's a card, have that authority when you speak. Okay, I think it's this one, yeah. Page of Cups. So we've got the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups. So all three cups. I feel like, I mean, and all masculine as well, so it's all action orientated. So stuff's going to happen in love this, you know, in love relationships this month, you know, toward the end of September, the rest of September, something's going to happen, because these are all action orientated cards, all of them. They're all masculine energies, which is action, which is doing something, which is movement. So whether it's you doing that, someone could be coming toward you, or you could be going towards somebody else, Capricorn, and having this discussion. Lots of emotion involved, very emotionally charged situation. This one, there's a few that this one's come out as well. A very emotionally charged situation, but the outcome is potentially a positive one. It's a balanced one, okay? Because these are the outcome cards. So the outcome is potentially someone saying, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. You saying sorry, or them saying sorry, or both of you saying sorry, okay, to each other, okay? Okay, let's move on, because this is going on a bit now. Anyway. Universal energy, what the universe is trying to teach is judgment, okay? So if you watch my September astrology video, I explained that, and you can still watch it now, I explained that this is the numerology. In numerology, the month of September 2018 is a month of judgment, okay? And that coincides with, you know, Saturn, or it coincided, I should say, with Saturn direct in Capricorn, and with the Virgo new moon and the full moon, the harvest moon, which is on the 25th of September. So this is an energy that we should be dealing with. And this is about facing our fears, facing our internal emotions, you know, recognizing and understanding who we are and why we're here, and, you know, why we're in the situation that we're in, and what I did to get myself in this situation, and, you know, how I've handled things up to this point, and, you know, revelations. You know, that's what this energy is about, you know. And it's you know, it is about forgiveness as well. I mean, it can be about apologies and about forgiveness. I feel like it's about that type. I feel like it's that type of energy though, and I feel like the only way that we can forgive somebody else is to understand ourselves within it, ourselves in that situation. How did I handle it? What did I do? And again, it's not about blame. It's not about you know better, or they know better, or you were wrong. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about, as I said, accepting that these things are difficult. It's difficult for me, it's difficult for her, it's difficult for them, it's difficult for, you know. Give yourself a break, as in, like, give yourself, well, you know what that means. Give yourself a break, you know, don't be so hard on yourself. And it can feel very confronting, the judgment energy. But it's one that it's there because we need it. It's there because we need it. I don't know what these two cards are for still. Anyway, the next card, what coming toward you, or your potential challenge. There you go, the 8 of Swords. So I can see why this is a potential challenge. You know, this is this is so emotionally difficult, energetically difficult to experience this. Every time I see the card, I don't like it, because it feels very heavy. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to have to talk. That's what you read for, isn't it, babe? So 8 is a number of karmic cycles, about understanding, about recognizing the connection between what's going on outside and what's going on the inside, recognizing the link between those two things. And we have experiences in life, i.e. karmic cycles, that help us to achieve that. The reason I say that, I've never showed you this before. This is a book on astrology. You know, I like my old books. This is a very old one. I don't know. Anyway, and these are hieroglyphs. These, as in, you know, the ancient Egyptians hieroglyphs, and these are all the symbols for the different, you know, for Venus and the moon and the sun. And if you look at the sun, this is the sun, this is the moon, and each of the planets has got their own hieroglyphs. Now, I'm all about symbols, I'm all about words and symbols and sounds and energies and things that help me to understand that. And so the number 8 for me is about that internal emotion. The bottom of the number 8, that infinity symbol, it's about that internal emotion, the moon, shedding light on the moon, shedding light on those emotions and intuitions and the top of the number 8 is the sun. It's like enlightenment. It's like the outside. It's like understanding. And as I said, we go through these karmic situations so that we can understand the relationship between those two, the relationship between our higher selves and lower egos, the relationships between what I say I'm feeling on the outside, or how I'm behaving on the outside, and how I actually feel on the inside. And this is kind of the sword, the air element of that, if you will. So this is it's linked to our thought processes. So this is being tied really in a mindset that is brought up. These cards are now ready. Thank you. It's being tied in a mindset and not acknowledging at all how you feel. You know, not realizing that the mindset affects the internal feelings, or vice versa, or that the feelings internally that you're not looking at, that you're not focusing on, that you're not thinking about, is affecting the outside, external. So if for some of you, as I said, you were co-parenting and it's been a very difficult time, very difficult situation, you're kind of like trying to be like all business about it all, but really you're still hurt that he let you down or that she let you down. Really, you felt betrayed, you know, and you've just not voiced that. You're trying to be strong, and you know, and strength's beautiful, but we're not strong all the time. You know, all of us have to have times where we are vulnerable, because that's when we see our strength. So allow yourself to feel that connection to understand that relationship between your thought processes, what's going on in your mind, in your thoughts, and how you're feeling internally. Okay, these cards are related. Fabulous. I mean, I said the sun. If that's the moon, I'll laugh. No, it's that. But we've got the sun card. So I was talking about this sun, this enlightenment, you know, and it's about really, again, shedding the light on what's going on, why you're tied to thinking these things about yourself, why you're tied to believing a certain thing. You know, why do you believe it? At the moment, you're not even questioning it. You just believe it. You just in that place where you think that you're, pardon my French, a piece of shit, for example, or you think he's a piece of shit, or she's a piece of rubbish, or whatever. You don't even question it. You don't even question it. Well, you need to start looking at why you feel like that. You need to start looking at, well, why do you think that you can't trust this person? Is it because of something that he did or she did? Or is it because of something that happened years and years and years ago from someone else, and you've just not even tackled it? Because if you don't look at what's inside, then what you're going to do? You're going to end up, we'll just be stuck here all the time, won't we? If we don't ever look within and say, okay, let's look at how did I feel about that? You know, yeah, my mum and dad, they divorced when I was about the age of my kids are now. You know, and maybe that's why it's so hard for me to come to some agreement with him or with her. You know, because I still felt betrayed by my own parents, by how they handled it. And I'm being so hard on him now or on her now because, you know, I don't want that same for my kids. Well, that's what you say then. Say that. Recognise that. Don't say, I'm right, you're wrong. We're not having a conversation. Don't say, what's the point? That's that. You don't bloody know what you're saying. You have no bloody clue what you're feeling. You don't know what you're thinking. You don't know what you're feeling because you're just stuck in the same mind frame. All men are dogs. All women are bitches. Or whatever it is. All my family are idiots. Or whatever it is. Don't just accept that as fact. Kanye West is a joker. I mean, listen, I don't know what I think. I'm trying to lighten the mood. Listen, I love Kanye West. Hey, I follow him on Instagram, right? And I tell you what, this week, you know, he's put some interesting posts out. Some of them I kind of not disagree with, but you know, where I come at it, yeah? I'm about the energy. I'm about the experience. And I think some of you will not even recognise that this is how you are. That you just think that. All, you know, men are idiots, all of them. Women are idiots, all of them. You know, ex-husbands, you can't trust them. Lawyers, you can't trust them. I mean, whatever the rubbish is you're telling yourself. I say rubbish, not to be disrespectful, but because this tells me that you're blind. You ain't even looking at what you. This is where it is. Here, your solar plexus, third chakra. Your sacral chakra, second chakra. Your heart chakra. That's where the information is. That's where the wisdom is, in there. And at the moment, there's no freaking connection between that. Stop beating yourself up when it gets to... You've not started beating yourself up yet, but you... but you're right. This is October. Stop beating yourself up. Look where those attitudes, beliefs, ideas, thoughts come from. Because that leads you to enlightenment, happiness, you know, and victory. With this card, with the Six of Wands. You want to get over something. You want to get over it. So you've got to look within. You've got to recognise the patterns and recognise that the patterns, they don't serve you, and they're not gospel. They're not the law. As I said, you've got your freaking blindfolds on, so take it off, babe. Okay, this is going on. These are meant to be 15 minutes. This was at the bottom before when I was shuffling. This is the outcome or the experience, and I'm glad that we see these cards. I mean, we've got this as well, obviously. But I'm glad that we see it, because this is saying, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know the words, apart from that. Anyway, I put a little video on Insta and on my Instagram and Facebook, Keepers in Tarot, about letting go, about it's easy to be angry. It's easy to say, oh, she's an idiot, he's an idiot. It's easy. It's easy. That's what that is. That's saying, oh, my mum left my dad. And I don't like my mum. I don't like any women. I can't trust any... Hello, Tiny. I can't trust... Sorry, Tiny was going to... Oh, there we go. You're getting heavy, you, Tiny. You're getting fat. You always come up to say hello to Cappies, don't you? Right, you stay there. This is you going, oh, my mum left my dad. Oh, no, Tiny, sit down. This is you. My mum left my dad, so I don't trust any women. All men are cheaters, you know. You can't trust them. I got cheated on, you know, and I did. This is that. This is you staying in that. This is a choice. Sorry, I'm getting a bit excited right now. This is a choice, Capricorn. This is a choice, yeah? You can either choose to stay... Lie down there. Good boy. You can either choose to stay there on the floor. The 10's are a number choice. You've got the 1 of the new beginning, and you've got the 0 of the portal, the thing that you've got to step in, the thing that's opening up for you, okay? And some people stay here forever and ever and ever, and you know those people. You'll know them in your life now. You'll know them. They're still complaining now about something that happened 20 years ago. And they say that because that happened 20 years ago, that's why they're like they are now. Oh, well, I once got hit. I once had an argument with a black man in a club, or a white woman in a club, or I don't know, whatever it is, or a gay person. Blah, blah, blah. I don't like gay people, me. I don't like black people, me. I don't like white people, me, you know, because of that. No, sorry, I'm not going to say shut up. I'm going to say that if you do that, you're choosing to stay there. Don't do that. Why are you going to put yourself in that situation? Stand up. And yet, you might not know how to overcome it. You might not know, okay, this is what I can do to overcome. This is what I need to do. I need to have this conversation. I need to do this. You might not know that. But you can't stay there. Well, you can. You can stay there forever, for the rest of your life. You can stay lying on the floor, feeling betrayed. And you've been betrayed. You've been treated, because we've all been treated badly. We've all been lied to. We've all been cheated on. We've all been let down by our parents. I mean, my mum's never let me down. No, I'm joking. But you know what I mean? We've all been let down by people in the past, by bosses, by co-workers, by lovers, whoever it is. Our kids, our brothers, our sisters. So what? You've got the choice. You have got the choice. It's your choice, Capricorn. Because I tell you what, some of you will. Some of you will get up and say, right, okay, that was awful. He were awful to me. She were awful to me. But I want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I want to be happy. So I'm going to just allow myself to recognise that I'm angry about that. I'm going to allow myself to recognise that, okay, I've been maybe a bit unfair on him, or I haven't been treating myself kindly enough. Whatever it is, that's what these cards are telling us. And it's beautiful, because look at the cards, the outcome. But it's a choice. This is what some of you will still be here in 20 years. And some of you will be By 5th of October, you'll have been like, do you know what? I'm standing up here. I'm gonna start giving myself some love. I'm gonna start giving myself some support. I'm gonna start giving myself some encouragement and some compassion. And I'm gonna start recognizing the things that have held me back in the past. And I'm gonna start moving in a different direction. And well done to yous. Well done to those of you that do that. What do you reckon, Tiny? Is that good? Is that good? Tell them it's good. What do you say? Tell them. Yeah. See, he's talking, saying, yeah, it's good. Oh, baby, you're so cute. I love you. Okay, so Capricorn, I hope that wasn't too much of a stern telling off for some of us, but Saturn is back in... Tiny. Saturn is back in Capricorn. No, Tiny. So I'm putting him up for. Saturn is back in Capricorn. So that's what Saturn does. This is exactly what Saturn expects of us. Look at where you are and why you're there, Capricorn. And for those of you that ain't doing the work, do the work. Otherwise, you're going to be there. And the rest of us will be riding off on our horses, like, yeah, going, look how fabulous everything is. And you'll just be lying out there on the floor saying, oh, my mum left my dad. Or blah, 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 whatever. Or she cheated on me. Yeah, she cheated on you. And what? I got cheated on. And what? It doesn't say anything about me that I got cheated on. You're joking, aren't you? Listen, I've got way too much respect for myself to put myself in a situation where I'm chasing someone else's man. What? Who does that? So think about it. If you can go home, if that person could come back to you and lie in your bed and sleep with you next to them, knowing that they've just cheated on someone else, wow. How much must they hate themselves to put themselves in that situation? So listen, it doesn't say nothing about you if you got cheated on. It's nothing. It's everything about the other person, babe. Or if they lied to you. You're not stupid for believing them. What? You only know what someone tells you. So I'm going to stop ranting and I'm going to say, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. And claim the victory, the joy, the happiness that is well deserved. And to be fair, the universe is coming. That's what happens with Saturn. Saturn gives. Yes, Saturn uncovers. Yes, Saturn challenges, but Saturn gives. Saturn is generous, especially to us, darlings. Okay, I'm going to stop talking though, because that went on. And my battery's probably going to run out in a minute. But thank you so much for being here with me, Capricorns. I love you. You know, I love our sign. I love you so much. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm going to be adding a few extra little cheeky uploads before month ends, the pick of card reading, etc. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Love you. Bye.